Hello, everybody. It is update day, and AdoptMe is a big update. As you've probably heard, there's lots of new pets and new features and improvements galore. For those who don't know, you can go to AdoptMe's website, playadoptme. You go up here to news, and you can read all the changes from this current update. And there's several from the Bucks cap to what I really want to focus on here, since I'm a builder, is the housing quality of life changes. And there's just several of those, so I'll just go down the list here and show you guys how they look. So we'll start off with the color picker. So we'll take a look here. We got this bed here. We'll take a look, and traditionally, you would get these basic colors, which did an okay job. But once you started really creating, I don't know, you had your heart set on some sort of chartreuse or a really obscure color, or didn't have enough grays to have a real good distinction, it got pretty frustrating. There was a way to kind of get more colors, but it was a kind of a hack involving finding a pre-built piece of furniture with the color you wanted and then cloning that a little bit. So now, beyond these basic colors, you have a pure color wheel, and you can just go to town here. You can get any shade of blue, any shade of brown, any shade of pretty much anything you want. If you're a total nerd and know hex codes, I only really know one. I think it's white because it's 6S, I think. Yep. So you can pretty much get any color you want there. And now, where there's another option that's off by default, I assume they did this just to avoid confusion, but it's furniture multicoloring. It doesn't work with all furniture, but if the furniture has like things that have multiple colors in them, like the bed, I think you can do both the padding and there and here, in the bath, you would think you have three different things you can color. You don't always know what is what, so you gotta kind of do through like, I don't know, you can make the bath yellow or something, which that might look a little gross. Yeah, looks slightly gross. Let's pick something not so gross. Let's go with a nice pink. Um, Hello. Well, apparently it won't let me have a pink. Blue water it is. But anyway, you can have multiple different colors per item sometimes, so this will really help people match things to the decor even more than before. Pretty cool quality of life improvement there. Um, there is now up in the furniture picker. So when you go up here to stuff, they've reorganized this a little bit. I don't really, I'm not one that ever really browsed that well because, I might want to use something from a bathroom in a kitchen, and I don't just want to not see it because I went to, standard furniture or something now they have in kitchen. But so, you know, they still have the old classifications by update to kind of the things that came in packs. But really, I'm going to just still do the same way I did before, and that's search. But even that's better because before, you would type beam, and you may put a beam out there, and then you may want to come over here, and you may want to move it around a little bit. And then as soon as you did that, this whole menu just jumped back to the default. And you would have to go, when you went back in, you'd have to go back, you'd have to go up here to search, you'd have to put it in again, but now it stays exactly where you were, so you can easily deploy another thing of where you were. Um, Oops, I accidentally typed W in there, but it is a whole lot better now. It'll make things a whole lot quicker instead of having to go back through the menu every time you want to choose a piece of furniture. So that's pretty nice. There is an option to delete all furniture. If you're like me and you have some old houses that you're working on, you're like, it didn't quite work out, and instead of just selling the entire house and rebuying it, or having to go through and select every piece of furniture and sell it, now, boom, wipe the slate clean. It's like it never happened. Also, the undo button up here, this functions two different ways. So it's helpful when you can instantly sell something. If you're not automatically in the default dragger, then you don't have the option to sell as you do. So, normally you would have to go here and say, okay, default dragger, and then go to sell. But now you can just immediately hit the undo button when you purchase something, and it immediately sells it back. And more importantly, when you accidentally, have this beam that's holding up your entire house, and boom, you accidentally move it because you meant to select something else, You hit undo and it goes right back into place, which is going to save so many people so much anxiety. That is pretty awesome. And then probably one of the most awesome ones is the clone feature, and I'll show you this kind of with, I'll make a Walmart style satellite dish here or something. Here we've got our satellite dish, and we spent 10 hours making this satellite dish, and now we want to make some more. And I ran through this with my pub house when I was making stools, and it only took like 5 minutes to make each. They were maybe like 10 different components, but when you're doing it like 10 times in a row, it gets so tedious. But now you can select using the select all. You can actually hold the control key and select multiple things, and now go up here to clone selected and make you pay for it. You don't get it for free, that's for sure. But once it's cloned, then you can move that cloned thing around. And I'm not sure why it's not why it only did the disc. Okay, so sometimes you may still get some weird rotational issues, but the important thing is that the items that you cloned are the same scale. They're put together, so if you did make a custom piece of furniture and you really wanted to have multiple of them, you could do it pretty instantaneously without having to recreate the wheel several times. I'm sure there'll be updates to that as it comes through too, to make it a little more reliable. Um, there's a few build with friends updates, and they mention in there which are enable or disable it. I guess on the fly. I don't really use that much, but I guess you are, and you got some friends over. You don't want them messing with your build because you're just trying to chill and grind. Then you can disable that without having to get rid of the bench completely. Um, then you know. Uh, One of the bugs they fixed was something I encountered like every once in a while, where you would go to, select something, and you want to delete that, and so you hit delete, and you go to hit the cell, but you accidentally select someone else first. And what would happen before is when you would hit cell and you wouldn't notice it, it would delete this thing that you had accidentally selected. But now, even if you select something else, it still only sells the original item you had. So that's another thing to just keep random things from accidentally deleting a very expensive piece of furniture or something. It's just a really good quality of life. But I'm glad to see them putting so much effort into this. The new build tools were just released a month or two ago, and already they're adding even more features to those. So I think they're really looking to make this a part of the game that really excels, and compared to some of the other Roblox games out there. But if you have any questions about some of the build updates or things that I might have missed or ever, just leave in the comments. And if you subscribe, I'm going to keep doing more building videos, and talk to you guys soon.